We will get you to the next step of your career, and we have the desire to not only want to help you get to that next step, but we want you to want to continue moving on to that next step. This hospital cares about who you are as a person and a doctor.
Yeah, an internship is really an amazing way to gain more knowledge and skill level beyond what's taught in veterinary school. Veterinary school gives you kind of the basics for how to be a clinician. However, the experience that you get actually being the clinician under supervision is a huge benefit. It makes you a very confident individual for the future to be able to provide the best services possible for your patients.
So I would highly encourage anyone to do an internship here at ARECA for multiple reasons. One, the really positive attitude and collaboration. We have rounds every morning with all the specialists. Even though you're filled with all this knowledge from school, it's completely different to actually apply that medicine and kind of think through things. And so the internship program is really meant to help you develop beyond that and really apply what you know, but actually applying it in a clinical setting.
One of the things I really like about having interns is that I get to see their progression throughout, for every year. Over 17 years I've seen, probably 120 interns. And every single one of them, from the day that they walk in till the day that they leave, their transformation is remarkable, and it's fun to watch, and they definitely leave here a much more confident and seasoned doctor than when they enter.
So an internship here is awesome just because all of the departments are so interconnected to where you get experience as a ER doctor, being able to bounce ideas off of a senior doctor. You have countless specialists here that are even growing in number.
We have neurology, oncology just starting back up. We have our internal medicine service. We have surgeons. We have our criticalists. We have so many different resources for them. And within that, we really pride ourselves on being a teaching hospital. Even if maybe you have a case that you're primarily on with one service, but you're noticing that it seems neurologic, you grab me, I'm gonna make it a teaching moment so that you learn from that case and remember from that case. And I think the fact that you can easily grab other services, given that we're a big but small and close-knit hospital, is a pretty special thing, so that you can always utilize us and really grow over your time.
I chose to intern here as well just because of everyone was very positive. It was a super welcoming environment when I came here to interview. I also loved that there's specialists that are all very involved with each other. We have morning rounds every day with all the specialists that are in the building, so even if it's not a case that I hospitalize, we still all talk about them, and it's still a pretty heavy learning environment.
So my advice to prospective interns would be, if you don't think you need the internship, you do. You really need help figuring out how to apply those things you learned in school. And I think folks here are just supportive and doing their best to be helpful with you learning. We have a great staff and good support team with 2 criticalists. I just really feel like I'm able to get patients what they need here, and we're pretty much a one-stop shopping for that.
ARECA is great because you get days off as an intern. That's not always the case. Take advantage of those. Don't just study, take time to recover from your week. And then while you're here, really take advantage of what you're doing here, who you're working with. If you come in well rested and ready for the next week with a good attitude, it typically goes better and you typically feel better about it.
Yeah, Arizona's amazing. There's so much to do. We have absolutely the best hiking. The hiking and the outdoor activities are just amazing.
Arizona is one of the best places to live. I've lived in the Midwest and the Pacific Northwest, and now here in the Valley, and I think this is my favorite place to live. There's so many things to do. In my free time, I like to hang out with my family, hike both locally and a couple hours away, and then I like to rock climb and go to the lake and go wakeboarding as well.
There's so much available, so don't just get in your head that it's a desert and dry. The options are endless. There's just a special type of energy with the people, but also just the environment in general. So there's also really good food. So we've got a really good food scene too. So if you end up coming here, ask me and I'm gonna give you recommendations.
Our program is really keen on, making sure we produce great veterinarians, whether you want to do specialty care or ER general practice. This is the opportunity for you to learn. I was intimidated going to my internship with the idea of trying to learn as much as I can, which is ultimately, yes, the goal. But I think I should have looked at it with different eyes. You know, being wrong is totally okay. I think I was afraid to be wrong. We're here to be your support system. We're here to make sure that you learn, and you know, being wrong is a part of the learning experience.
When I was an intern fresh out of school, like nothing really made sense to me, and an internship is equivalent to, like, I think they say 3 to 5 years of being in practice, so it's extremely important to be able to apply that and also learn like how to talk to clients, how to work with other technicians and doctors, things like that.
Just having multiple doctors across multiple specialties, I think, is a huge strength of this program. You're always, almost always going to have direct backup. When I was an intern, I was never afraid to call or ask questions. So my internship really set me up for success in my residency and set everybody in my class up for success in whatever they wanted to do afterwards too.
So ARECA overall, as far as for internship, it's a little bit of a smaller hospital. You're going to definitely have a smaller cohort of intern mates, but that also helps kind of give you a little bit more one-on-one time with the specialist. You do rotate through all of the departments, and certainly if you're interested in surgery or internal medicine, you can spend a little bit of extra time in those. That one-on-one time, smaller class, cohort, those people are really going to be the best of your friends, and I think that this place specifically is really helpful in kind of promoting that.
I think that having an internship makes them really, really well prepared going forward for whatever they choose to do afterwards, just with the experience and the types and number of cases they're going to see here. We all work really well together. We provide a lot of different perspectives for interns. They get a very well-rounded experience here working in the emergency department with internal medicine, surgery, and it's a good mix of different specialties as well as different levels of, sometimes they're more in the observing role, sometimes they have primary, case responsibility, so they get a lot of experience with a lot of different areas.
It is the jumping off point for the rest of your career. It gives you a good basis, a good foundation. It gives you the support that you need. It gives you a safety net. It gives you someone to pick up the phone and call. This is learning how to take everything that you did in vet school and everything you're seeing on a daily basis here and put them together and be the absolute best clinician that you can be going forward.